The Revelations Easter egg has been a bit of a slog, and it's been almost a week now and we've yet to complete the Easter egg. This is a fairly new thing for our community. There has been a little bit of a development over the past day or two. People have discovered you can perform keeper rituals, and then, after one of the rituals, you receive a film reel. Now, some people believe this is the first step to the Easter egg, some people believe this is the second step, other people believe this is a separate quest of its own. The debate will continue, and nobody is really positive where this goes. We just understand that we can do this step and receive a film reel. Now, what this film reel does is provide us with some interesting insight into why Sophia is a robot in Gorod Krovi, and that's what I would like to discuss today. Before I begin, I want to make a quick announcement. I've been working on a secret project for the past few months. I've been working with many artists and printers to create what I call the Perca-Cola's revamped sticker pack. This is a sticker pack that I am selling on my brand new website, johnnyj25.com. A link is in the description. What you get with this pack are 13 3-inch in diameter stickers that look like Perca-Cola bottle labels. These designs have been revamped though and modernized, and these are very high quality stickers. They can easily be removed without leaving any residue, and they can be yours to either decorate your walls, your laptop, maybe your water bottle, or whatever you want to do. Possibly even create your own Perca-Cola bottles, which I have actually done with the stickers myself. So you can check them out. A link is down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys took a look for yourself. I'm really happy with how the designs turned out. I chose to revamp them rather than go with the original design, and I hope you guys like these stickers too. They're only available for a limited time, only 14 days. On March 26th, the sale will no longer be available, and this sticker pack will be gone forever. So get in before it's too late. Without further ado though, let's get into the topic of today's video. For those of you that don't know who Sophia was one of the original characters in the zombie storyline, or at least one of the original members of Group 935 who we knew about. She was a real person. She wasn't a robot like we saw in Gorod Krovi. She was actually like a physical person, and we learned through the Black Ops 1 terminal that her and Maxis grew very close to one another. She was quite interested in Maxis, and Maxis was infatuated in her. So much so that this actually distracted Dr. Maxis from his work. Now, Richtofen became aware of this, and he felt as though these distractions were holding back his own progress and the development of the DG2. This made Richtofen quite very furious with both Maxis and Sophia, and it was one of the original things that ticked off Richtofen and sent him ever closer to betraying Dr. Maxis. Now, that was really the end of Sophia. We never exactly knew what her fate was. We could probably just assume, though, that she died with the rest of Group 935. It wasn't until she came back in Gorod Krovi as a robot that she was relevant in the zombie storyline yet again. Now, in Gorod Krovi, she was different. Like I mentioned, she was a robot, and there wasn't much of an explanation as to why she was a robot. Even Richtofen didn't understand this new robotic form that Sophia had taken.
Believe it or not, Sophia was Maxis' secretary. How she became a machine, I really don't know. Important thing is that she appears to control much of the technology in this area.
As I mentioned earlier on in this video, throughout this mad hat hunt that is the Revelations Easter egg, we started to discover more about the zombie storyline. Twitch user XFateAwaitsX actually found while streaming a reel, and then he used that reel in one of the readers, and we started to get some insight into why Sophia is the way she is. Take a listen.
Base.
After many weeks of failure and frustration, Dr. Maxis finally achieves the breakthrough he had been searching for. The results were immediate and startling. In the case of Subject 26, his instances of violent outburst were non-existent. His docility appeared. Permanent. Unfortunately, while we prepared to implement the treatment on the other subjects, there was an incident. During his field test this morning, Subject 26 attacked a handler. 26 and the handler were both destroyed. Maxis believes Subject 26 only attacked the handler. He does not know I was attacked as well. I have observed a developing pattern of high fevers and cold sweats. My thoughts are erratic. My relationship with Ludwig is complicated. I fear I cannot keep this secret from him for long.
What this is a reference to a Keener der Toten radio, as well as other radios in the zombie storyline. Subject 26 was referenced in a Keener der Toten radio spoken by Dr. Maxis. In this radio, he goes on to talk about how this subject was a breakthrough, and they plan to use what they used with this subject on other subjects. Now eventually Subject 26 snapped, and they had to kill both Subject 26 and its handler. Same thing that happens in the Revelations radio, except this time it's from the perspective of Sophia, and what's given to us with this new perspective is the knowledge that Sophia was also infected by the zombie as well, but she is keeping it secret from Dr. Maxis because, of course, she, 1, loves Dr. Maxis, and 2, realizes the strain that it creates on the relationship, and 3, doesn't want to be killed like the handler as well. So we start to see this conflict arise where she needs to tell Dr. Maxis that she's been affected, but she doesn't know how to do it, especially since they become so close, and we're starting to see her transform into a zombie. She's mentioning that she has erratic thoughts, she's slowly losing herself, and this is one of the first times we've really seen somebody transform in the zombie storyline, so that's a cool first. I guess it's about time considering this is our final map for several years. Either way, we're starting to see her transform, and we start to understand why she is a robot in Gerard Crovy. Here's what must have happened. In the universe that Gerard Crovy exists in, I can't say it happens in other universes because I don't have evidence of it. I only have evidence for one specific universe. In that universe, Sophia is infected by Subject 26, and then she starts to transform into a zombie. Now eventually, she tells Maxis, and Dr. Maxis doesn't want to lose Sophia. She's not as expendable as, say, some random handler is. So what he does is perform a similar lobotomy to what Richtofen performed on Dr. Maxis. Dr. Maxis found a way to preserve Sophia, and then he took her consciousness and put it into the body of the robot within Gerard Crovy. It's kind of like what happened to GLaDOS in Portal, for those of you who have played Portal. It's a very similar situation like that, and it almost mirrors what happened to Dr. Maxis in Origins, where Dr. Maxis was infected by a zombie, and then Richtofen put his brain in a quadrotor, and that's what allowed Dr. Maxis to live on. Now, it hasn't been confirmed that Dr. Maxis is the one to preserve Sophia, but there is a hint in one of the quotes on Gerard Crovy that leads me to think that Dr. Maxis was the one who felt he could preserve Sophia.
Do you believe that your flesh and blood is the sum total of your existence? Maxis will find me.
So that solves the mystery of why Sophia is the way she is in Gerard Crovy. Personally, if you ask me, I don't think this is the end of Sophia. I think she'll have a larger role to play. She mysteriously disappears at the end of the Gerard Crovy Easter egg to find Dr. Maxis, and I wouldn't be surprised if she makes a return in Revelations, especially since she's being hinted at in what appears to be one of the first few steps in the Easter egg. And as we continue to discover more reels, I hope to break them down further and extract more information that we can use to better interpret the zombie storyline. So I'd recommend all of you stay tuned for that. In addition, I'd just like to remind you guys that if you are interested in checking out the Perca-Cola stickers, a link is down below. I'd really appreciate it. It's johnnyj25.com. I put a lot of time and effort into making sure these are perfect, and I want you guys to enjoy them as much as I do myself. So thank you for those who either look at them or purchase them. I'm going to go, though. Have a wonderful day, and bye.